go around completely 1 to 7 years. So a decision was taken that, okay, we are going to give out something reasonable. Let's give out the sum of 10,000 naira. In fact, based on the calculation that was made, only about 9,000 naira thereabout was going to go out to people in 1 to 4 years category. And the MBA had to come out to give some additional amount to gross up the sum raised by the committee so that we could give out 10,000 naira. So it was due to insufficient funds. Yeah. Why do we need to be a member of a branch to get stamp and seal? Some of us are not fully resident in Nigeria after paying practice leave for the year. I should be able to get my stamp and seal. Okay, that's a concern that we'll take to the MBA. Now, I'll come back to those who have raised their hands. Muhammad Ibrahim.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, Muhammad.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Proceed.
Okay, I'm privileged to be here, and I thank you for the opportunity to speak. Let me start with the chairman. While in the course of your presentation, you made mention of the issue of you raised some money, about 250,000, at least a donation from the youngest senior advocate, and we're able to dispose it to about 50 young lawyers. I think about 5,000 naira each, right? Now,
Yes.
my question is, what model did you use in identifying those 50 young lawyers? Because something that is supposed to be for the overall benefit of the whole country, as in the Young Lawyers Forum, there should be some level of transparency in a way and mode you are used in identifying the beneficiaries. That's one. And then there is this issue of this arbitration issue. I think the committee should be more holistic. They should be broad. Why can't they harmonize themselves with you people through this medium? One of the means I got to know about the meeting, this virtual meeting, is through my email. You sent me an email. I think they should do enough in sending email to young lawyers so that they'll be able to participate. This is the first time I'm even hearing about the arbitration training and all sort. And through the presentation of the chairman of the committee, I picked interest.
Thank you, Muhammad.
So I'll talk to my own branch, the Young Lawyers Forum. Please, let me just finish. There is this one important issue also I would like to raise. The last one is the issue of the conference tomorrow, the issue of Fakria Hashim. Being one of
what?
Fakria Hashim. You miss Fakria Hashim being one of the yes, one of the speakers. The issue raised a lot of concerns, especially yesterday. Yes, I received concerns from some of my people yesterday up till midnight. Some of the people were raising concern about her presence after the outrage. Her own personal concern on the issue of the death penalty given to someone in Kano on the issue of blasphemy. I think, and the issue they raised is the issue, the regulation was the law enforced in Kano, the Sharia law enforced in Kano, and they think she was being tough on the regulation enforced. And as such, they're seeing her as an outrage to the regulations, Sharia regulation in the northern Nigeria, and should not be allowed. Just the way Nasir El-Rufai was invited. And
sorry, if I've not permitted you to speak, kindly mute your microphone. And thank you, Muhammad. I got your point. So on your first point, which is how the beneficiaries of the palliatives were selected, as I noted in my report, we identified the beneficiaries through the YLF branch chairman. I mean, as you may not, perhaps you may not be aware, there is a platform with which we engage the YLF branch chairman and secretaries, and so we called for nominations from those from that platform. And then secondly, the YLF Governing Council itself has its own models of reaching certain people in different areas and also responding to people who reach out to us. So a number of people had also reached out to us for support at different points in time. So we had to make some shortlist from that group as well, about 3 people, but the majority of the beneficiaries were from the people nominated by the YLF branches. And on the second issue of the arbitration challenge, yes, the feedback is well noted. The committee will do more about promoting and circulating the information. Resources are slim, but we'll do our best and we'll charge up the committee to publicize it a little bit more. For the last issue about the lady, that is an issue for the Technical Committee on Conference Planning. I'm a member of that committee, yes, by privilege, and I understand that that issue is being looked into and a decision will be reached in due course. So that is not too much of a problem right now. I can see Catherine Odului. Hi, Catherine.
All right, thank you, sir.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Catherine. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
My chair. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right.
Please, I want to say something. I'm sorry for coming late. It's because of my work.
It's fine.
All right. Please, I want to say something about.
Yeah.
Please, I want to say something about. I want to ask you if the YLF is being represented at the NEC.
Yes.
All right, because when the president-elect came to Ekiti on thank you tour to Ekiti State, I raised it and I told him. So he said if he wants to be represented, that we should push it. So I'm trying to push it to the house.
No, actually, the YLF is presently represented at the NEC. The YLF secretary and I have attended the NEC meetings that have held since our inauguration. We're at the NEC meeting in Abuja in December. We're at the NEC meeting in Abuja in February. And we also participated at the NEC meeting held last week, which was virtual.
All right, I want to ask about the law pavilion palliative for young lawyers. Many of my branch members have.
You can ask them to check this afternoon. As I was talking to you, or as I was making my report, I got a report from the implementation team that at least 3,500 young lawyers have received their login links this very afternoon. Over the course of yesterday and into this morning, I was on the phone with the implementation team, ensuring that those names were prepared and dispatched to the implementation team that would activate the codes. So yes, please check again with them. I'm sure that many of them would have received it by now.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Catherine. Okay. Latif Bamidele, I've seen your hand. Hi, Latif. Hi, Latif.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity. Actually, I do not have any question per se, so I just want to pass a comment and then make a suggestion based on the presentation of Mr. Chairman earlier. Okay, so first, let me just appreciate the YLF Council for the work that they've been doing. So to many of us, it's very, very visible. So, and we can already see that the situation of young lawyers has actually started to, to change in the right direction. So that can already be seen from the very many palliatives that young lawyers are actually benefiting from across the nations, and chief of which is the Law Pavilion electronic law report, so which is very, very useful for every single one of us, whether in litigation or even in corporate practice. So if without a properly constituted YLF council, so who are also very versatile and then forward thinking, so I'm sure that this kind of unique initiative would not, come to young lawyers. So it is something that I've always been clamoring for and no. So, but due to forward thinking council like what we have today, so young lawyers are beginning to at least take benefit of what they ought to as members of this association. So I just want to commend the YLF Council for the work that they're doing. So and I hope that they won't rest on their horse. So my suggestion, so which is the second point I would like to make this afternoon, is on the survey that the council mentioned that they carried out while they came on board. So I wouldn't know what the nature of the report was to all of the bodies that was sent to. So whether there were recommendations and suggestions as to way forward to all of the challenges that the council have noted from the result of the poll. So my suggestion would just, hello.
Yes, we
hello,
can
you hear me?
We can hear you.
All right. Okay, thank you. So I just want to make a suggestion. So perhaps it is something that as council, so we can also work on seeking the opinions of, concerned young lawyers across the nation. So on how best to actually tackle the issue of welfare, so particularly the low income, so earned by lawyers across the nation. So yes, the council have been doing well in very many other areas, but the critical area is the earning capacity of young lawyers. So, and we all know that even the earning capacity of the employers are not the same. So it is very, very important to seek a unique and strategic way of, getting everyone to get a good earning, even within the means of what the employers earn and all of that. So one of the suggestions that I've always had in mind is perhaps particularly the benefits that were taken out of the COVID-19 pandemic, so where we don't even have to even go to the office to work. So if a certain threshold is set as salary, and then there are law firms who cannot pay that threshold, so they do not need to tie down young lawyers working for them in the office from morning till night. So perhaps they could, work an arrangement where perhaps work for me 2-3 times a week. So you can also perhaps work for another person or do some other things to augment whatever you are earning from me. So within a week or within a month. So we believe that at least that way, so rather than saying, let us set minimum wage, which we don't actually see to be a feasible thing. So that arrangement would work with many of the lawyers out there, so who really cannot pay whatever minimum or whatever threshold set by whoever has the opportunity as the leadership of MBA to bring up that reform. So it is something very critical to change the face of the profession and at the same time to put an end to the issue of this young lawyers' welfare and poor earning all around. So that's just my opinion. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Lateef. Indeed, all your recommendations were reflected in the report, and the reports will be made available on the YLF website, as well as circulated with the help of as many media establishments that are willing to accommodate it in the course of the next few days. I think we'll take 2 more questions before we wrap this up. Ahmad Ariyebi. Ahmad, you can proceed. Ask your question.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Please, my question is as regards the issue of the law pavilion.
Okay.
I have to sign in as an point. So I don't actually know the mode we'll be using, then the email, or what I have to do so that I can be part of those who benefited from it. Thank you.
Okay. All you needed to have done is to have paid your bar practice fees as of March 31, 2020, and do your verification on the MBA website. That's all. We'll take it up from there. So far you did those 2 things, then you would definitely get the Law Pavilion subscription.
I should be waiting for it.
Yes. And check your spam folder. You might have received the link by now.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Eyimearelu Otaigbe. So after Eyimearelu, we'll take 1 more question and then we can wrap up. Yes.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Clive.
Hi, Clive.
I want to thank everybody and the young
Yes,
lawyer.
Clive is at the Abuja branch.
Yes.
Yes, I happen to have come across your name, Mr. Bulus. Anyway, please proceed.
Yes. Okay, yeah, please. Though I don't really have any question to really ask. I really want to commend the Young Lawyers Forum for work, job well done. But just that it was the conference that sent me the link, which I use in joining this platform. So I never knew that we even have regular meetings like this. So I think enough information to be disseminated in terms of your activities so that we can be abreast on the operating and operation of a Young Lawyers Forum. And
right.
lastly, I want to ask, what are I'm a visually impaired. What as a body, what are you people also doing to also uplift our well-being as people are championing the cause of young lawyers? So I really want to know to hear from you all. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak here.
Okay, thank you, Clive. Clive, very wonderful suggestion, and we'll keep working on that, on enhancing the communication protocols. I mean, you may know that we didn't meet much communication protocols in place. We've had to put in place social media channels across Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and then now